Hey guys, so I just got back from the theater from a very long double feature, but definitely fucking worth it. Spoiler alert. It's been a while since I've done one of these. It's the first time since I've been back doing these that I did this, and this was one of the bigger weekends of the year, and this is one of the bigger weekends of the year for movies, and I am also very fucking busy this weekend. So I was like, okay, I gotta try to knock both these movies out tonight if I can, and not have to worry about them tomorrow. It's like I work all weekend, and Monday we got Monday Mystery Movie, and Tuesday I'm flying and gonna be gone for a week, so I can't fucking go see these movies. Uh, Pretty much after the, it's gonna be almost impossible after tomorrow. So first movie I went and saw was Barbie. Yeah, I went and saw Barbie for that was at like 7 o'clock at night. 35-year-old man going to see a Barbie movie. I probably was the only guy in there. One of the only guys in there. There was people dressed up as Barbie. I don't know if I was the only. If I other people were doing that, and there was even like in the lobby there was like a box that's supposed to be like a box of Barbie or whatever, and you take your picture in it. I wanted to try to go do that, but I wasn't in the theater with somebody. I was a grown ass 35-year-old go to see Barbie by myself. Despite saying that, I actually was looking forward to this movie. Between this and the other movie I saw, I like really was looking forward to this movie. Um, it looked hilarious. I thought the teaser trailer alone was fucking hilarious. Like the imitation of reenacting the opening scene of 2001: A Space Odyssey. The teaser trailer had reenacting the opening of 2001: A Space Odyssey, but with like little girls and baby dolls, and then them discovering Barbie, and basically like that. That was fucking hilarious. I was sold on this movie. I was like, okay, I'm sold. You got Margot Robbie as Barbie, Ken or Ryan Gosling as Ken. That's two perfect castings right there, and it's directed by Greta Gerwig, who is a pretty fucking talent, like become a pretty talented director. Um, so like, yeah, hell yeah, this has a chance like to be really fucking funny. Um, and and it's getting great reviews, and yeah, god damn it, man, this is one of those movies that like I texted my mom after I watched this. I was like, this movie is bizarre. It's one of the most bizarre films I've ever fucking seen, but it's also fucking hilarious. It's also, and for that, I highly recommend this movie. I actually really recommend this movie. By the end of this movie, I really was high on it. Um, like almost from the get go, I was laughing my ass off in this movie. Like it has this. It opens with the teaser trailer with the 2001: A Space Odyssey. The scene you see, the reenactment of the opening of 2001: A Space Odyssey is the opening of this movie, and it's also now narrated by Helen Mirren, who has some of the funniest lines in the movie. Her narration, and then you get introduced to this world, Barbie world, where like instantly, it's it was going after my own heart, and the fact it was like basically this movie. The best way to describe this movie is the opening, especially, is it's basically the Lego movie, but with Barbie, where it acknowledges basically that they are basically play toys for little girls, and the world that they live in is just like what you see in the real world, where they're not eating actual food, they're not drinking actual, have anything in their drinks or something like that, and I'm like, and they're like jumping off roofs or like landing perfectly with their feet like perfectly not, or their heels not touching the ground. Um, and like there's an opening song that just is so fucking stupid and funny. I was laughing my ass off. And there's even more variations of that song that you hear throughout the movie. That was really funny. And it's this perfect world, dude, where all the girls are named Barbie, and they're all like different races and gender races and ethnicities, and then all the men are Ken, and it's the same where races and ethnicities are different. And then there's this Michael Cera as Alan, which apparently that was an actual doll that they did make originally. I did look that up, and Michael Cera had some funny fucking moments in this movie. He actually legit had some funny moments in this movie. It was nice seeing him. It's been a while since I've seen Michael Cera in this movie. As far as the casting goes, the acting goes, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are perfect in this goddamn movie. These are roles I think they were born to play. And that's not a knock on them at all. Not at all. It almost sounds like a knock on it, but Margot Robbie's Barbie isn't just like a two-dimensional character. It actually, they develop her character. They give her a character. They give her, like, they give her emotions and stuff like that, and you feel for this character throughout this movie. Ken, on the other hand, whew, what do I say about Ryan Gosling's Ken? It was something else. There's multiple times I'm just sitting there like, I think it was when the bunch of Kens started doing a dance number towards the end. I'm like, what in the hell am I watching? There's multiple times I said that during this movie. What the hell am I watching? Ryan Gosling, I've heard people say he deserves an Oscar nomination. I'm on board for that. And Margot Robbie, too. That would be pretty funny if this movie gets some serious Oscar nods. Honestly, it's getting so well received, and it's got a really big Oscar-nominated director behind it. I wouldn't be surprised it did. It's funny as hell just saying that Barbie is like just baffling beyond my mind that like I'm talking about the Barbie movie actually having some serious Oscar contention. That's ridiculous. What world I live in, I have no idea. This movie has like an insane amount of actors casting. Like I said, it was America Ferrera in this movie is a big part of this movie as a girl who has a daughter. It's all grown up, and they used to play Barbies with each other, and it's kind of weird seeing her play a mom nowadays because I'm so used to her from like the 2000s and like playing a teenager, but she's now all grown up. It's so fucking weird now. I hated the fact that I was spoiled the cameo of John Cena. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling that, but I was spoiled it, so you can be spoiled it too. John Cena briefly, just out of nowhere, pops up as a mermaid. Because Margot Robbie, she's a big fan. I actually watched an interview with her. She's a big fan of wrestling. Big fan of John Cena. Of course, they worked on Suicide Squad together. Stuff like that. And she got him she asked him, like, hey, you want to be in the Barbie movie? He's like, yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? And he's like, he makes a cameo, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty alarming, even though I was looking for it because I knew about it. Like, again, thanks fucking Hollywood and Chris Van Fleet for ruining that for me online. That would have been fucking kind of nice, not being spoiled at, but like, again, I got spoiled at fucking Nicolas Cage cameo in The Flash, like a couple days or a week before it happened. I'm like, can we not be spoiled at anything? Can we be surprised by anything anymore? I was surprised by George Clooney's cameo in The Flash, but yeah, this movie is fucking ridiculous. This movie is fucking ridiculous and bizarre. I'm not gonna deny that one bit. To the point, there's points in this movie I was like, who the fuck is this movie made for? I have no idea. Somebody tell me in the comments, who is this movie made for? It's definitely not little girls, because this is a very adult movie. Or they're talking about beaching each other off. A lot of sexual innuendos. So many sexual innuendos. Uh, they're not very fucking subtle. Uh, um, then you like. I guess it's also people that don't like Barbie, which I don't think those people would be going to see this movie anyways. I'm not the biggest fan of Barbie. I didn't grow up on Barbie because I'm a guy. And I don't know who the fuck this audience is. It's a bizarre fucking film. But I wasn't the only one who laughed their ass off in this movie. So this movie, I'm pretty sure is going to find an audience. And I'm happy because it's a funny fucking movie. It's bizarre. I was worried, like halfway through this movie, when they get to the real world. You see that in trailers. It's not much of a spoiler. They get in the real world, her and Ken, and it becomes like a movie that is trying to have a message. It all of a sudden becomes one of those movies. It feels like it's trying to hand fist a heavy-handed message to you, and it's like, and it's very, very on the nose. It's a very feminist message, and it carries on throughout the movie. And I'm thinking with myself, I'm like, man, this movie's starting to lose me. Like, people say, "Oh, you're a guy." No, there's ways to do this message, and then there's ways not to do this message. And this movie was starting to lose me, like halfway through, because like some of the real world parts of the movie were starting to lose me, especially the stuff with the Mattel character, the Mattel head of Mattel, played by Will Ferrell, which can't be a coincidence that I think of Lego Movie with this movie, and then Will Ferrell's in both this and Lego Movie. I'm pretty sure there's no coincidence in that. And this movie was made with Warner Brothers, so there you go. And it's definitely a product movie. Definitely, both movies were product movies, but they were really done well. I like the Lego Movie a little bit better, but I still love this movie. I think the Lego Movie did it better. I do like that was more a kids movie. This movie is not exactly a kids movie, but when it got to the halfway point, there's a twist on the story it takes that I did not see coming. With the Ken character, that got me right back into the movie pretty fucking quickly. I was loving where they were going with this. I was like, all right, you got me, movie. You got me back. You got me back. All right, cool. I was like, because when the real world shit was happening, I'm like, this can't be the rest of this movie because there's not enough material to carry the rest of this fucking movie. Oh, I did like, by the way, Kate McKinnon was awesome in this movie. I thought she was funny as a weird Barbie. I like the different variations of Barbie, the different versions of Barbie that were defunct Barbies, like pregnant Barbie, which is just weirded people out. No one likes a pregnant Barbie. That's pretty funny. And weird Barbie played by Kate McKinnon. I'm not always the biggest Kate McKinnon fan, but she was pretty fucking funny in this. As weird Barbies are Barbies that what happens when little girls play with them too much, where little girls will just burn their hair or like split their legs and just do weird shit to their Barbies, and that's what you get with Kate McKinnon's character, which was fucking hilarious. That explanation got a laugh out of me. My favorite line in this whole goddamn movie was, I'll say this, was the Helen Mirren character talking about, there's a scene where Barbie's crying and saying, "I'm ugly, I'm not pretty." And the movie stops because Helen Mirren just chips in out of nowhere and goes, "Note to the executives, this was a bad choice to have Margot Robbie play this role and say this in this movie." I died. Laughed my ass off at that line. That was funny. Yeah. Man, I don't know what else there to say. Rhea Perlman's in this movie too. It's not much of a spoiler because her name's in the credits. I won't say who she is in the movie. I was wondering, like, when she popped up, I'm like, well, that was a random cameo that went nowhere. I'm like, that's weird. But there is a purpose to her character, and I like that. Like, it was nice seeing Rhea Perlman in a movie again. She's old as shit now, but I love seeing her again. I love Rhea Perlman, man. Yeah, I really, really recommend this movie. I don't want to spoil too much about it, especially like the last half and the direction it goes, or it kind of goes into Stepford Wives territory, which is fucking hilarious. I did dig that this movie has one of the weirdest final lines I've ever heard in a fucking movie ever. That's the weirdest final line. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm like, really? That's your final line? Okay, all right then. Damn. And when I was talking, before I get off here and talk about the next movie, I do want to talk about the trailers that got in front of this fucking thing. I have to talk about. I don't talk about trailers much anymore because I used to, but I don't do it. Like, when I talk about, I don't know who this movie was geared towards. I'm pretty sure the studio didn't know who this movie was geared towards either, marketed towards either, because just because of the trailers I got in front of this thing. First, I got like TMNT, the new TMNT, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up on that. Then I got Challengers, that Zendaya movie where she's a tennis player having a freeway with two other guys and like having a menage a trois. I'm like, it's a hard R movie. Like, this is the Euphoria Zendaya, and I'm like, man, I don't. This is a weird trailer to have in front of Barbie. What the fuck? Like, there might be a little girls go to see fucking Barbie, and you're putting this trailer out there for. Whatever. The Hunger Games. I got new Hunger Games because we need new Hunger Games. Whatever. And it is the most baffling fucking thing I've seen in all of 2023 so far. The most. I knew this movie was coming, but there's a Willy Wonka movie where it's Timothy Chalamet playing Willy Wonka before he. It's a prequel before he got the factory and all that shit. How he became famous and blah blah blah, whatever. Because we really needed this fucking movie. I don't. Whatever. It looks like Timothy Chalamet's trying to channel more Johnny Depp than Gene Wilder. Honestly, it kind of feels a little too much Johnny Depp, which I'm not that fan of that idea. But then the movie ends, and I'm sitting there like, the trailer ends. Is like, wow, they didn't show any Oompa Loompas. That's weird. I was wrong. I had to open my fucking mouth as soon as I said that, because then the final shot in the movie is shown in the trailer is a fucking Oompa Loompa played by Hugh Grant? What? I'm like, my mind just exploded at that point. My mind could not fucking wrap my head around this because, okay, earlier today I was watching an interview where they were talking about where Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, that new Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs that's coming out, that's being made by Disney, where I don't think this is much news, but I've heard about this a while back. Peter Dinklage basically made a big stink about the Seven Dwarfs being offensive towards people that are dwarves. And Disney fucking has taken out the Seven Dwarfs out of the Snow White, and now they're just seven people, I guess. I don't fucking know. Because they want to be politically correct. It's fucking retarded. I don't even want to get into how fucking stupid that is. But right after I fucking see an interview watching something about that, I watched a trailer for fucking Willy Wonka where Hugh Grant is playing an Oompa Loompa that is a role that's played predominantly by midgets or dwarves or whatever the fuck you want to call them, and they and you have Hugh Grant playing him. I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck is politically correct anymore. And I don't see anybody bitching about this at all. Like, if you're gonna bitch about one thing, bitch about another fucking thing, you fucking assholes. Like, I'm all, like, people, I can't stand political correctness anymore. Fuck this. I'm like, my mind could not, like, to the point that, like, I got a Blue Beetle trailer that I don't give a shit about. I don't care about Blue Beetle. No one does. That movie's gonna bomb so horribly. Like, the state of Hollywood is just so bad right now. It's in a fucking mess. And I'm, like, Blue Beetle's coming out, Willy Wonka, and that's all Warner Bros. Pretty much got left for the rest of the year. That just, I, I, I don't know what the fuck to think about Warner Bros. Every movie it put out this year has been a bomb. Um, Barbie might be the only one that might not bomb, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna bomb. But man, yeah, that's. I don't want to sit here and talk too much about. I want to get talking about the next movie too. So go see Barbie, and until then, I'll see you guys later.